how to move really fast. The really super simple way is putting all the external distraction on hold, telling yourself that you are not going to listen to this external noise, right? What you're going to be doing is you are going to be doing the work. You are going to be putting in the work. There is going to be a specific quantity that you're going to be focusing on. One of the major framework, one of the core framework that I've developed, and just to give you an example, is 10 iteration, right? Just to validate any of these hobby or any of these skill set I find fascinating, I would do 10 iterations just to validate that I love it, and I'll be able to do it for thousands of iterations. It is going to require hours and hours of work, more than 8 hours every single day. So first, you'd have to tell yourself that I am going to validate these ideas by putting some quantity to it. There's going to be a specific time of the day where you're going to come, sit on the computer or go somewhere and do that activity for X amount of time without thinking too much. And once you have done it for a month, right, and once you start feeling good about it, now it's a part of your habit. If you've done it for 27 days to 30 days, it is going to be a part of your habit, right? It is going to be really easy for you to start doing it every single day. Whenever you want, you would be able to do it. Now it's time for you to start seeking a feedback, right? Without seeking a feedback, without getting feedback from maybe a subject matter expert or just general public, it is going to be really tough for you to start improving. If your goal is to move really fast, you'd have to start seeking a feedback from the general public. And to give you an example, you're making these designs and you're making a video where you're showing all your designs and you're explaining your thought process. What are some of the ideas that you had beforehand, before starting to do the actual design, to do the actual work. And the more descriptive you could be, the better it is, right? And people are going to start seeing the work that you've done. There are definitely going to be a noise who is going to just throw the eggs, hit the eggs to the wall, and it is you'd have to have a thick skin to ignore that too, and you'd have to know what are some of the quality feedback. You'd have to be able to differentiate the quality feedback from just a noise, and you'd have to start incorporating those feedback, and you're going to start understanding these ways by doing as many experiments as you can, right? So putting the quantity is the number one thing. And you could also start doing a research on how other people do it. In modern world, there are tools like LLMs, ChatGPT that you could utilize to build a framework or to build a structure, right? Now what you're going to be doing is you're going to go through this circle. Right, you're putting quantity, right, and you're putting this work in a public space, and you're seeking feedback, and you're incorporating them, and you're going around and around for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And now eventually the work that you're doing would have a quality, and after a certain period of time you could also start consciously thinking about quantity. When you're going through this cycle for in your early phase, you're only going to be thinking about quantity, right? As you focused on quantity, there are going to be various different benefits on focusing and quantity. You're going to be getting used to with the tools. It is going to be a part of your habit, part of your daily life to do that activity, and you are going to build a structure to do the work in a short period of time. And if you're really used to with the tools, you're really used to with the workflow, now you could start thinking in terms of quality. Or eventually you're going to start seeing quality of the work if you're incorporating the feedback that you're getting from general public. So this is one of the format, this is one of the framework that you could use to move fast.